So you're gonna make sure you follow these steps for your safety, because the bandsaw is very dangerous. One mistake, it change your life forever. So this line right here pretty much is where you're gonna put the pusher to keep your hand safe. And this right here is the show you how thick you want to make the stakes. That's the protection plate. Obviously you can slide it back and forth. So that's just gonna help the guide and when you're cutting your meat. So pretty much that's the push plate I was telling you about. And you want to get it right to that line. So once the meat get right there, you want to use the push plate to keep your hand safe from getting cut. So that's why the push plate is there's like an extra hand, and it's a great protection. So if the blade were to break or anything, it will protect your hand from getting cut by the bandsaw. So that's what's so important about the push plate. A lot of people don't like to use it, but it's definitely safe. And when using a bandsaw, never talks and always stay focused. So this right here is you never want to have the meat you never want to have the blade too high. The blade is too high, then the meat can spin on you, and that's very dangerous. There you go. So that's how high you want to have the guide on top of the meat. There you go. So when you're cutting, you don't want to have it too high, probably like so. There you go. So if the meat were to spin, it will hit the guide. But if the blade is too high and the meat spin, you're gonna lose your fingers. So that's kind of why it's good to keep the guide on top of the meat. Only if you're doing thin slice, you should have it too high. So this is what the demonstration is showing you. Just have it just enough above the meat. So if it were to flip, your hand would hit the guide and not the blade. So we're gonna show you from a different angle. So right here, if the blade is way too high over the meat, there you go. See, you're gonna lose your fingers. So but if you have the blade just on top of the meat, there you go. See, your hand gonna get out of the way. If your hand do hit anything, it's gonna hit the guide, and you're not gonna lose your finger. So that's safety tips of the bandsaw. And when using a bandsaw, don't talk and be focused. Don't